Shalom to my brothers and sisters in the body of Yahushua HaMashyah. This is part 2 of As is the Mother, So is Her Daughter, the two kingdoms of Israel. We're gonna pick up at verse 44. And if you have not watched part 1, there should be a link in this video to click on part 1. Verse 44 of Ezekiel chapter 16. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, As is the mother, so is her daughter. Thou art thy mother's daughter, that loatheth her husband and her children. And thou art the sister of thy sisters, which loatheth their husbands and their children. Your mother was a Hittite, and your father an Amorite. And those are the children of the Canaanites. Verse 46. And thy elder sister is Samaria, she and her daughters that dwell at thy left hand, and thy younger sister that dwelleth at thy right hand is Sodom and her daughters. So the southern kingdom elder sister is Samaria. That's who she's being compared to, which is the northern kingdom. And the younger sister that the southern kingdom being compared to is Sodom. Verse 47. Yet hast thou not walked after their ways, nor done after their abomination, but as if that were a very little thing. Thou wast corrupt more than they in all thy ways. Oh my goodness. So the southern kingdom was more corrupt than Sodom and Samaria. Verse 48. As I live, saith the Most High Elohim, Sodom thy sister have not done, she nor her daughters, as thou hast done, thou and thy daughters. Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom, pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her and in her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy. And they were haughty and committed abominations before me. Therefore I took them away as I saw good. Neither has Samaria committed half of thy sins, but thou hast multiplied thy abominations more than they, and hast justified thy sisters in all thine abominations which thou hast done. Thou also, which hast judged thy sisters, bear thy own shame for thy sins, that thou hast committed more abominable than they. They are more righteous than thou. Yea, be thou confounded also, and bear thy shame, in that thou hast justified thy sisters. When I shall bring again their captivity, the captivity of Sodom and her daughters, and the captivity of Samaria and her daughters, then will I bring again the captivity of thy captives in the midst of them, that thou mayest bear thy own shame, and mayest be confounded in all that thou hast done, in that thou art a comfort unto them. When thy sisters, Sodom and her daughters, shall return to their former estate, and Samaria and her daughters shall return to their former estate, then thou and thy daughters shall return to your former estate. For thy sister Sodom was not mentioned by thy mouth in the day of thy pride, before thy wickedness was discovered, as at the time of thy reproach of the daughters of Syria, and all that are round about her, the daughters of Philistines, which despise thee round about. Thou hast borne thy lewdness and thy abomination, saith Yahuwah. For thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, I will even deal with thee as thou hast done, which hast despised the oath in breaking the covenant. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant with thee in the days of thy youth, and I will establish unto thee an everlasting covenant. Then thou shalt remember thy ways and be ashamed, when thou shalt receive thy sisters, thy elder, and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by thy covenant. And I will establish my covenant with thee, and thou shalt know that I am Yahuwah, that thou mayest remember and be confounded, and never open thy mouth any more, because of thy shame, when I am pacified towards thee, for all that has done, saith the Most High Elohim. And this completes the lesson for Ezekiel chapter 16. For you can begin to see how wicked my people were. The Most High loved them so much. He sent them prophets, warning them, and they would not listen. So the only thing left for him to do was to put them into captivity. And today we are bearing the sins of our forefathers, for we are in captivity. If you are a descendant of the transatlantic slave trade, you are a child of Israel. Also, if you are a descendant of the original inhabitants of the Americas, remember it was comprised of Canada, North America, South America, and the island. If you was the original inhabitant when Columbus came over here, you are a child of Israel. And we are throughout the four corners of the earth. And we are bearing the curses that are written in Deuteronomy chapter 28. No other nation has went through what we are going through now. Even today we are being afflicted and oppressed by our enemies. Now do you see, my people, that your nationality will not save you? Being an Israelite will not save you. It is evident today because the Father is not playing with none of us. He will punish you for your wickedness. Receive salvation today and be baptized in the name of Yahushua HaMashyah. Read Romans chapter 10, verse 8 through 13. And again, thank you for taking the time to listen to the word. And please share this video with others. Shalom.